Call the meeting in order. Roll call.
Mr. Merritt?
Here.
Mr. DeBoer?
Here.
Mrs. Morgan Here. Mr. Irwin?
Here.
Ms. Manning?
Here.
Mr. Murphy?
Here.
Mr. Rose?
Here.
Mrs. Silvas?
Here.
Mr. Vetterl?
Here. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comments regarding the agenda tonight, and I believe we only have one, and that would be Jamie Kinder.
Hello, everybody. First, thank you for letting me have a moment to speak. I'm here to speak on East End, right? First, I just wanted to thank everybody for the hard work that's been put in, right? I'm having a really, sorry, I'm not very tall. Sorry, I'm like looking. And all the hard work that's been put into East End, right? Because what I've seen is a real focus on being thoughtful to where that place goes, right? There's been places that you guys have looked at and organizations that you guys have looked at, and all of those places seem like you were focused on our community, right? And I'm really thankful for that. I'm thankful for your partnership. So I'm here to talk about we sent, as the city, sent a letter of intent, right? And to talk about, putting our community first, right? Meadville doesn't have a lot of money, right? And we want to make sure that East End is a place that brings in families. We want to make sure that it is housing, right? And I think that first there may be a slight misunderstanding on timing, right? I know you guys have been patient and are getting very frustrated, right? Sitting with this building. What I do want to know is, I know there was real work put in to talk to organizations to get this building. And I know there may be some thought that maybe the city was the organization that has been talked to. But that is not the case. Just January, we became the lead on getting East End. That just happened. We would have been the pass-through. And I know Common Roots was the organization that the school board has talked to, and they did so much work, months and months and months of work, feasibility studies, right? And had engineers in and tours. And that, through Common Roots, has gotten us really far. What we learned in January in a community stakeholder meeting is that Common Roots could not be the lead on this building. And that is when the city stepped in to be the lead, right? Just this January. And what has happened since then has happened at light speed. I know you guys don't think so, but it's happened at light speed. I have been able to bring a couple of developers in. We have met with those community stakeholders, and they have, in writing, told us they're willing to foot the bill, right? That is Elizabeth Smith with Accutech. That is Don Roten and Philip Pandoff with Meadville Medical Center. And that is Ron Cole and Matt Stinson with Allegheny College. And they are going to give the city the money to hold this building. And when we learned of that, that's when we can move even faster. So our letter of intent isn't to hold you guys off from or hurt you guys. What it is to give us just a little more time as the lead in this project to make sure that we are being very thoughtful also, right? I know in the letter we have asked for 90 days, and I know that feels like a long time. If it's the amount of days that is the issue, let us know, and maybe that part can be negotiated, right? But what I'm asking is maybe just for a tabling of this issue for 60 days, for 90 days, right? So that we can do our due diligence, so that we can guarantee the integrity of that neighborhood. East End is where I went all those years back, and where my kids went to school. And it would be so beautiful to have more families, more kids go to school there, walk across the footbridge, play at the parks that we played at in this amazing neighborhood, right? And it would be really great if in partnership we could do that together. So I do understand your frustration and the amount of work that you guys have put in. Kevin, I know that you have put in a lot of work and been so very thoughtful about our communities, right? And we just want to make sure that that building is used in the best way it can be. And for me, and for the city of Meadville, and for the East End neighborhood, would be housing. It would be families. And frankly, for you guys, right? It would be great to have families in there with kids going to the high school, going to the middle school. And we can guarantee that if we have this chance to do our due diligence as the city and take this building. And we are really hoping for your partnership. So I think that's all I have. Oh, also, thank you, Lisbeth, for bringing it to our attention, because I think she's the one who got you contacted with Common Rooms, right? The GBA. So again, thanks so much. I'm sorry, right? GBA? Okay. I didn't want to get that wrong. So I just want to, again, I want to thank you for the time and thank you for the thought around this building, right? Thanks again.
Thank you. When we get to the items on our agenda, I'm sure we'll have some discussion regarding what's happening. I don't see any students here. Nobody's reporting for them, right? Okay. Approval of the minutes. Resolve the Board of School Directors, Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following minutes: the regular board meeting of November 24th, 2025, reorganizational meeting of December 2nd, 2025, special board meeting of the December 16th, 2025, committee of the whole meeting December 16th, 2025, and committee of the whole meeting of January 20th, 2026. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Jeff and Ron, second. Any questions on any of those? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Committee reports, Tammy.
Hi. Approval of one student to receive a 2026 diploma. Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approve one Meadville area senior high school student receiving her 2026 diploma upon meeting all requirements as established by the Pennsylvania Department of Education as recommended by John C. Higgins, Principal, respectively. I so move.
Second.
Jerry? Any questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
Approval of the foreign exchange sponsoring organization application. Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the foreign exchange sponsoring organization application, attachment 6. I so move.
I second.
Sean? Second. Any questions? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Extracurricular, Mr. DeVore.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following overnight trips, both for the choir department of the Meadville Area Senior High School and the Cochran Junior Senior High School to Du Bois, PA for the PMEA Region 2 Chorus on February 19th through the 20th, 2026 at a cost to the district of $1,504.20 and $1,017 respectively. You can see attachment 8, and I so move.
Can I just ask a question?
Do I have a second?
Yes.
Monica? Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Now you can.
So I was just looking, re-looking for like meal prices wise. I know one school is only sending one student and a chaperone, one sending multiple students and a chaperone. the meal costs are the same. I was just wondering why there would be, like, why we need 150 for each if one has one less person. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's for the advisors.
Okay. And then are they rooming together, or are we having two separate, like, obviously girl, girl, boy, boy, but the room costs just seem high for only 5 people though.
So there's 3 students,
Okay,
2 from Meadville, 1 from Cochranton,
okay.
and then the
And then
advisors.
the advisors.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's all.
And this is the one where PMEA did not book blocks, am I correct?
Correct.
So they had to go out on their own, so there was no
Yeah,
savings
because
there.
Meadville's is like 570
Yeah.
and Cochranton's is 300.
Yeah, there were some differences there. Any other questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Buildings and grounds, Ron?
Approval of the Mara sewer agreement. Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the Mara sewer agreement addendum with a prorate over 5-year payment of $60,000 to the Mara and termination of the agreement, attachment 9, and I so move.
Second.
Who was that? Tasha? Tasha? It says termination of the agreement. Should we make reference to what that agreement is? It just says attachment 9.
Well, the attachment makes a very specific reference to the agreement.
Okay, so we're covered?
I think we're good.
Okay. Any questions, discussion?
I just want to say, I mean, I want out from underneath this agreement, that we're on a hook forever, but I think that we paid enough in the $60,000. Other than wanting to get out from underneath the liability of it, I don't agree with the fact that we're still paying $60,000 to terminate it. But again, going along with it just to get it over with.
Any other comments? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
Approval of donations of supplies from East End to Meadville Cooperative Preschool. Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the donation of supplies from East End to Meadville Cooperative Preschool, and I so move.
Second.
Tasha? Any questions on that? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Finance, Jeff.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following financial activities: the Treasurer's report for November and December, financial statements, and the payment of bills, and I so move.
Second.
Sean, in the second. Any questions on any of those? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby adopts the resolution contained in attachment number 13 regarding the approval of public auction of East End property, and I so move.
Second.
Monica? I just have a question. It's come up here tonight. This was something that, for Ron, we were questioning Rick on. If the building sells at an auction for $1, because I'm trying to figure out how Nichols would make money on this
That's
sale.
what we talked about, yeah.
Okay? But now I'm finding out that there's a clause that if it doesn't sell or sells for that, he can have an appraisal done on the building, and we pay 10% of the appraised value to him, even though if it would sell for $1 or whatever, he would get 10%. We know the appraisal's around $280,000, so we'd write him a check for $28,000.
And that sounds a little bit cheaper to go with the other auction company and pay them the $1,800 up front, and then, the buyer's premium out
I
of the
think what
proceeds.
Mr. Mayor is referring to is if we signed the contract with Nichols and then back out of the contract.
Well, but if it sells for $1, then we have to pay them their appraised value, 10% of
Correct.
the appraised value.
If we do not proceed with, after we sign the contract with Nichols and we do not proceed to auction, then they can, it says right in he asked me not to share this contract unless we decide to sign it. But it says right here, in the event seller's default, which means we back out
Right.
of the auction, the auctioneer shall be entitled to full commissions, which is 10%. The full commission shall be determined by taking the assessed value and multiplying by the ratio factor used at the time by Crawford County Assessment Office to reach fair market value or private treaty sale price, whichever is higher.
Okay, so
But
that's
what
just
we're
if we
asking
default.
is, if it sells for $1, where are they making their money?
That's
That's up-
on them. That's
so
the
that's-
chance. That's the chance they're taking once we sign the contract.
Okay, so that's
No
off the table.
clause saying.
No,
Okay.
that's only
So
if
if
we
we
back
default.
out of the contract.
Okay.
Thank you for
I'm,
clearing that up.
yeah, thanks for the
Yes.
clarification.
Question.
Yes.
So what's presented tonight in this letter, where do we go from here on the auction?
Forward.
If we proceed with the auction, then the letter would be kind of mute at this point, okay? They would have the option to coming and bidding at the auction, subsequently buying it for possibly $1. Or if there's any outside other parties that would be interested in obtaining the building. I know back in, oh God, we met in May, June, probably July. I know I was up like 3 times or so, and I know the one meeting, Mary Ann was there, the city manager, and I said that that's probably where we're gonna go. We wanna get rid of this building because it's costing us money to maintain and keep it going. And those dollar amounts, Rick, are somewhere around less than $40,000, right?
Yeah.
Because you went out and checked.
Is that a
Correct?
month?
I'm sorry.
For the
I guess
year.
I responded to the original situation up here. What was the question?
Okay, when we were up there touring,
Yes.
you went out to your truck when the guys from Erie were down and we had some bond reps there, or bond financing people were there. And the architects were there from Pittsburgh. And we were in the corridor, second floor. We were having discussion about what that would cost. What are the costs of the building? You know, we keep hearing it was $130,000 at that point. But the discussion ended up being somewhere, you went out to your vehicle and came in with numbers. The actual numbers were around 20-some thousand, 20, 30,000 is what you had said. But I know the newspaper, or someone had shared it was 63,000, is what they were saying.
Austin, when I texted him, said that the utilities are $3,420 a month. And then we also had to pay, the $4,000 had to do with wages for like
Okay,
upkeep, maintenance
people.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so there was a total assessment done on the total maintenance
Okay.
of the building, which included snow plowing and maintenance and custodial fees. That was, my predecessor did that. That was right around $100,000.
Yes.
The number that I believe we gave the city was just for the utilities of the building, which ended up being about $63,000 a year. But it included, trash, all utilities, some of that comes out of our.
The elevator
okay.
inspections and all that
Yeah, all the
stuff,
inspections and everything.
boiler inspections.
yes.
and-
But getting back to this, okay? If we sign a contract to go to auction, okay? And it's gonna take about 6 weeks, roughly, for an auction to happen. So you're out, 6 weeks? That's a month and a half.
Middle of March.
Middle of March. The only bad part is, they'd either come to the auction and buy it, or we could look at 6 weeks, that's what we're gonna go, because it's gonna go to auction. But then we risk paying the I wanna say it's $20-some thousand to the auctioneer if we cancel. So
That's
I think-
after we sign.
Yeah, that's after we sign.
But we have to sign for the 6 week to.
So, but, we gotta say, it's not gonna happen tomorrow. So, I mean, that, and I understand there's been a lot of work put in by a lot of people to get it here, and I know that there's a lot of funding issues on getting someone to step up to hold the building for them till all that comes through. But on the other hand, I mean, I think I made it clear when we had met that we didn't want to hold it this long. I mean, we're way over where we wanted to hold it, because we had to turn the heat on. And that's just jacking our price up. Unfortunately, I mean, we got to make a decision. Do we move forward? Do we hold? I'm kind of where we go ahead and move forward and then decide that if the parties that they have that are interested step up, then we take a look at, well, what's it going to cost us to cancel? I don't know. I mean, I want to hear what the rest of the board wants to do.
Auction. The very first paragraph of their letter is non-binding. Then if you look in the newspaper article, right off the one thing stood out, I don't want the city to be the investor, Councilman Andrew Herbstritt said. I want to have stakeholders to pay the cost to hold it. And then we have Tim Watcher, and would inform the district, please know that we are serious about the potential acquisition for the purpose of workforce housing. So they're saying, you know, possibly, maybe. And the first paragraph does not bind them to anything. And quite frankly, they're saying, you know, all these different groups visit, and the one that stood out to me is Economic Progress Alliance of Crawford County. I mean, they have a good track record of buying properties and turn them and make them profitable. If they are not willing to come up with funding somehow, some way, I'm not confident. I'm not confident in the city. We can look at the parking garage situation. We lost one parking garage, almost lost another. And that's mentioned in this article. What's not mentioned in the article is about the market house having to have emergency repairs because of lack of maintenance. It doesn't talk about the housing authority being the worst landlords in the Meadville with their bug infestation and everything. The city has a proven track record of being irresponsible. I don't trust them whatsoever to come through with financing. If they do, they could buy it at auction and be done with it. I will not support waiting any longer to get rid of this building.
I'm just being the devil's advocate, looking at it from school board standards in our community. Homelessness is an issue right now in our community. It can affect these children too. I understand we've been waiting, and I haven't been sitting on the board as long. If the city can, and I do believe they can, I believe that it has taken some time and it might take a little more time. They said if the number of days is an issue, talk to them. Maybe we can look into changing that and seeing if we can. We're gonna have to wait 6 weeks, but if we can get that into housing and we can get some of our students that are homeless off the streets into housing, that's gonna get our kids into school.
If a developer buys it, they could do the same thing.
But
So-
nobody's wanted it now.
But
So
I mean,
why do they think they're just gonna come right
In
now?
6 weeks, they could come to the auction and buy it.
And right now, it's taking how much from our students as a whole?
Do you think that it's feasible to have housing there? There's no place to park.
Truth.
There's
It's
streets.
feasible.
It's feasible to have, yeah.
We've got
I mean, it's a
busing for if
residential
people don't
area
have,
already.
if people don't have vehicles. I mean, you have that quite a bit in Meadville. Where, yeah, they rely on the bus. So that, the parking, I'm not concerned too much about for that. I'm just concerned that the people looking at it, the best people that's in Meadville or Crawford County walked away. They did not make a commitment, and that's the Economic Progress Alliance.
And I'm not saying that I'm not for going to auction, as I know that it is taking away from our children. I'm saying if they're willing to maybe look at the dates a little bit, like a couple weeks or whatever, what we would wait for the auction. If they can't come, then okay. Then we sign the contract and we go.
Well, they have to wait another 30 days before they have another meeting unless they have called a special meeting.
Well, then,
So then we're
we say,
into
we need to
a
call
mess,
you guys,
you know.
it has to be this time frame. You need a special meeting.
This
If
has
it
been,
doesn't happen,
They knew about this meeting today.
this has been a discussion for how long?
Months.
They could have approached us prior to now. We could have been having discussions with the city prior to this point. I think we've held on to it long enough. And I think it's time, as we've been saying, we want to be done with this, we want to go ahead and move forward. I think that they can come to auction and purchase it at auction, maybe they'll get a better deal than what they're getting now. I mean, it's
they
definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted
I-
it on before the start of school,
I
and
would be
here we
on
are
board.
still talking about it.
I would like to move forward with the auction, but that's obviously we have to vote.
Well, we have a
That's
first
my
and
thoughts.
second on it already, so
Well, yeah,
it's
now
just.
we're in discussion.
Yeah, so it's just a matter to say yay or nay.
That's all I wanted to say was that, like I said, this has been a topic of conversation, it's been well known. The papers definitely printed about it. I think a lot of the population knew we were looking to sell this building months and months ago.
I agree.
Any other comments? If not, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote. I'm just going to do a voice call. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same?
Same.
No? Have a roll call, please.
Mr. Merritt?
Yes.
Mr. DeVore?
Aye.
Mrs. Hargenrader?
Aye.
Mr. Irwin?
Aye.
Ms. Manning?
No.
Mr. Murphy?
No.
Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Mrs. Silvas?
Yes.
Mr. Vetterl?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-2. Next.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the consent and waiver of conflict of interest between Crawford Central School District and the City of Meadville regarding the sale of East End property, and I so move.
Second.
Ed? All in favor, please, any questions on that? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Personnel policy, first readings, policy 204 attendance, which is attachment 15, policy 218.1, which is weapons, attachment 16, policy 610 purchases subject to bid quotation, attachment 17, policy 611 purchases budgeted, attachment 18, policy 605 emergency preparedness and response, which is
It's
attachment
805.
805. What did I say, 805?
605.
Oh, 805. Emergency preparedness and response, attachment 19. Policy 805.1, relations with law enforcement agencies, with attachment 20. And policy 805.2, school security personnel, which is attachment 21. Those again are only for first readings. Second reading will happen at next month's meeting unless there's any changes to those. Approval of the second and final readings of revisions to the following policy, which is policy 217, graduation requirements, which is attachment 22. Resolved, the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the second and final reading of the above policy. And is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Jerry?
I'll second.
Sean?
I have comments.
And comments?
Yes. So whenever this first was being discussed, I was all on board, all for it, and making graduation easily attained. After our conversations with teachers, I just want to make mention that I guess some teachers maybe feel that we're making it too easy to graduate, and I'm not suggesting any changes to this. I just want to make sure that we are taking and making sure our students are performing to the best of their ability. We're not giving them easy outs, and we are graduating students where they should be, reading where they need to be. So I love that we are making graduation more attainable and working with students within their schedules. But moving forward, looking at graduation requirements, maybe just make sure we're doing our students justice and expecting the best that we know that they can accomplish.
Is it policy 217, the financial?
Yeah, the only change that was made to this policy from the last one, and we had to do it because of the regulations, was changing the computer applications into the personal financial literacy, which is now mandated. So that was the only change right now. the curriculum director, the special ed director, and a team of, teachers on the records committee are looking at all of those other big picture things.
I guess I just saw an opportunity to mention a conversation.
Yes, so that's coming. This is something that we had to do to get in place, so we can start getting
I
things in
definitely
our
agree
book.
with what she is saying.
But I think this is actually going to help that graduate, those pathways that we had talked during that meeting we had,
Close them up a little bit.
was kind of close up some of that every kid will have some personal finance before they graduate, which is not required now.
Yes, it is.
And, well, it is,
Yes,
but,
with the ninth grade, yeah.
but this will be actually a graduation requirement they have to meet. So,
Thank you.
any other questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Approval of the mental health liaison agreement. Resolved, the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the mental health liaison agreement with Bethesda, which is attachment 23. Is there a motion?
So moved?
Monica?
Second.
Jerry? Any questions on that? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Personnel schedules. Result, the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following personnel schedules, which is attachment 24. Approval of Schedule A, resignations. Approval of Schedule B, which is professional appointments. Approval of Schedule C, support staff appointments. Approval of Schedule D, extra duty appointments. Approval of Schedule E, attendance at professional meetings. Approval of Schedule I, field trip authorization. And approval of Schedule M, transportation subcontracted services. And is there a motion?
So moved.
Ron? Jerry?
Letitia and Ed both down here.
Huh?
Letitia and Ed both said
It was a
second
tie
down
over
here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody was running.
There's only one thing I had a question of. And when I was looking at them, there was one somewhere in there, which is split. It's got Cambridge Springs and MASH. No, it says Cambridge Springs.
It's for Cambridge, yeah, so it's an aide that now needs to go to Cambridge because it's a special needs student that goes to the class in Cambridge.
And not at MASH or wherever.
Correct.
Okay, that's what, I was just confused why we were
Special
approving.
needs situation, yeah.
So we're busing there, okay. That student, okay. Any other questions? Not all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Administration.
Okay, just a few things here. First of all, I'd like to congratulate 14 students that we have going to the Elementary Band Fest this coming March, which will be held in Erie, representing 3 schools from Cochranton, Neeson Hill, and First District. I'm going to read the students' names quickly. Leanna Allen, Adeline Newbert, Peyton Shetler, Kara-Lee Greer, Liam Beach, Jesse Soiree, Corey McGuire, Xander Kuhn, Quinn Guzik, Noah Mulhern, Serenity Pickens, Mason Pola, Tegan Brickner, and Lauren Williams. So I believe that will be held at night. So once we get more details about that, I will send that out to you. Next, kindergarten registration dates have been posted. They are on the district website, also on Facebook. We will have Getting Ready Night on May 12th from 4 to 6 o'clock for those parents and community. And there's more information that will come out about that as well. But those have been posted. Next, I'd like to congratulate our Class Act Emerging Leader nominees through the IU that are nominated by each of the high schools. So September is Tate Walker, October is Braylon Fulmer, November was Grace Curtis, December was Mara Schwartz, and January is Heather Garris. 2 other quick things. One of the things that we're looking at is continuing trying to improve our attendance rate. I just did a quick study today. I looked at all of the students that were enrolled since the start of school that had also no tardies and no early dismissals. There were a total of 204 students, so that's about 7% of our students that actually started right at the beginning of the school year up until now. So we'll be doing something for those students. And then also doing a quick look with our professional staff. We had 7 teachers and 1 counselor that have had no sick or personal days this year thus far. So I appreciate their coming to school and work every day. And I'll be breaking down the paraprofessionals support staff also. One last thing, I'm asking parents to keep on Facebook and other communication that comes home from our schools about tutoring, extra school help. So at Meadville Senior High School, we'll be having Allegheny tutors again. This semester it's going to be during periods 5 and 6. So all students could get help if they need it during that 5th and 6th period in the media center. And if you have any questions, please reach out to one of the guidance counselors. Thank you.
Other public board comments?
It's February 11th at 5:30 at the MASH Auditorium that we're having the groups present to us.
5 or 5:30?
I think we did 5:30.
You do at 5:30?
I've seen it both
No, I'm
ways.
sorry, did we do 4 to 6?
No, that's for the elementary
for
teacher.
The elementary.
teacher.
Oh.
We're talking about the board
Yeah,
presentations.
the committee's presenting to the board. I just want,
I believe it's 5:30.
I think it's 5:30.
I have it as 5:30 on
Yeah.
February
Okay.
11th. That's why I wanted to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I had seen
So-
5 o'clock.
And that's in the MASH auditorium.
That's
And it's
MASH
open to the
auditorium.
public, community, everybody come out.
So we'd like to see the word spread, as many parents there as possible. The auditorium will fit a bunch of people, so. But yeah, February 11th at 5:30, MASH Auditorium.
Other board comments? Yes.
Sorry, I'm looking at attachment 13 as it was posted, the resolution about the auction. And I didn't realize there's some information that needs to be filled in the first whereas paragraph, which is fine. That's not an issue, because we all know what property we're talking about. But see where it says directors hereby resolve, says for the following in paragraph number 1. Were we all clear on what we're filling in there for who the superintendent's authorized to enter into a contract with?
Nichols.
For the actions? Okay, I mean, I know that was everybody's understanding, but it wasn't like specifically filled in, so I just want to make sure, speak now for everyone.
I didn't even know the name of the other company, honestly.
Yeah, I know in our board meeting, we discussed Nichols simply because there is no upfront cost to it. And now that we have a clarification that we're still only committed to the 10% buyer's premium, that's fine, as far as I'm concerned.
If we back out.
Unless we back out. Yeah.
I assume you want me to review that contract before you actually sign it,
Yes,
so.
please.
But, okay, I just wanted to make sure we were all clear and above board on that, because we're gonna be filling it in. Okay.
So Rick needs to email you the contract. Right?
Yes.
We would like to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments?
I just want to say that when we met with the teachers, it was really nice that they were nice to us, and it was nice to meet them and to listen to them. And I appreciate their honesty and coming.
Yeah, their frankness
talking to us.
was bracing.
Yes.
Well, and very, very educational, I think, for the board.
Eye-opening.
Yeah, very, very much eye-opening. And I think it's going to help us as we form our opinions of the direction the district needs to go. That input is very, very valuable. I'm glad we did it ahead of having the other presentations, because we could have their concerns in mind as we hear the recommendations from the public.
I want to add to that. I've ran into a few teachers toward Meadville High School and MASH and MAMS the other day. Teachers really appreciate we did this.
Yes,
I mean, you heard them come out and say, this is the first time that we've ever got to sit with the board. We're doing it right, people.
Yeah.
Seriously, we are.
And I think taking it to them.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's why the elementary school teachers are so willing to come to us, because of that word of mouth. I think, you know, they're ready to take and help guide us in the right direction.
Yep. Fine.
I know The therapeutic classroom, that info was, you got that. It was copied. I don't think I forwarded it to you, did I? I know I did. It's been forwarded off to us, so I'll get that out through Dr. Gowden to the rest of the board, so we can be re-looking at what that discussion was like. So, and I'm sure that Scott has looked into some of those computer issues that we were talking about.
Yes.
To get that resolved, so, hey,
Yes, I talked to Aiden and gave him some items. Aiden worked on the computers in Cochranton. Whenever he was there, he was part of the tech crew and had some suggestions as well, so I spoke to Scott about that. And read Aiden's text word for word to him because I didn't understand the tech.
so I think with the word team, I think we can all get there. It's just a matter of the process, and after the 11th, we'll decide where we're moving forward, with what recommendations we're gonna look at, whether we do any of them or nothing, whatever that comes out to be, so.
And even the email that when she sent it, every time she praised the board for taking the time to listen. So, yeah, I mean, she, every single time that she responded, was
So-
very appreciative of us.
Okay, is there a motion for adjournment?
Sounds good.
That was Jerry.
Yep.
Monica? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion hereby adjourned.
Do you ever have anybody oppose